And so here's the MS 460 bottom half, the top half. It is amazing though. It did not even get a ding or scratch in it for all the carnage. So anyways, just FYI. Now this was just way too aggressive of a hole. And honestly, it doesn't need to be that big. A simple, maybe 5/8 hole right through the center would do perfect. So anyways, this is the... yeah, I'll get that in a minute. This is the new piston that I just cut for it. So I made the bottom a lot more support, the top up here, and then center supports. So this seems to be the typical type thing. Now, I mean, you really don't need a super huge window in these. I tend to think actually the smaller ones run probably better to some degree because there's not so much overkill. But as far as the G2 reed I'm using on this goes, inside mine is stuffed, and a lot of people don't even know what a stuffed reed is, but mine has the insert inside it to align it with the hole so that only the whole section is pushed straight through the reeds and into the motor. And the motor itself is all, swooped to go right in through the port that's already there. Now, I didn't cut any crazy transfer ports. I didn't do anything to this. This is right out of the box as is. Runs perfectly fine, and I don't know. A lot of people get a little too involved in it, but I really like these saw builds because number one, I was gonna buy a Phantom, and the Phantom is just pure garbage. I'm sorry, but we're on what, generation 3? We're still getting pin snag. The castings are crap. The inside of the jug is all crap. It's a copy of the MS 380, which is great, except the MS 380 is a little hard to mount on one of these. So I went with the MS 460, which, I mean, reality side by side, the dimensions, the size, the pistons, all that, they're relatively the same. This is 52 millimeter, just like a Phantom. So, it's basically the same freaking piston. The MS 380 is, let me think, 1.2 millimeters shorter from pin center up. So, I mean, if that gives you an idea. But I've been really happy with the saw build. Now, the thing about these is I mean, the quality in these is great. They run great. They're fun. Realistically, I mean, where I live, the fastest I'm going to go is 35 miles an hour. Now, the goal of this was, I mean, this will hold 45 like nothing. But, I mean, it's kind of sketchy on a bicycle. Sorry, but, it's sketchy. I really do enjoy, though, when the engine can be like 2/3 of the throttle and maintain 35 easy without struggling, over revving, and all that. So, like, a lot of the cruising and stuff I do, about 35 normally. I mean, right now I've been testing this, playing with this. It's a thrill item. It's fun. But, I mean, the realistic thing, I got 5 people right now trying these on YD100 bottoms because I want to make a kit that's not, like, ridiculous that people can afford, because right now they're like $500 for one of these, and I mean, really, they're raking in like $300 profit. Easy. So, I'm just saying, I'm looking at maybe like $400 for like an entire kit with a super clutch type deal and everything ready to run, and plan on warrantying them and having replacement parts, which nobody has. I mean, if you're gonna build something, you gotta at least stand behind it. I mean, that's my view on it. I mean, this kind of stuff like this is my own personal build. If you saw the video where I'm showing you what we're looking at for these new ones, you know, it's not like this, but this has just been something fun to play with. I really do enjoy building, you know, weird stuff. I actually enjoy building this crap more than riding it, I think. I mean, seriously. It's just the type of thing I like. So yeah, I get something like this, trial error. I posted a video up on it because, you know, I mean, that's the kind of thing that's got to be seen. You screw up something like that, that's what happens. So this is the reality of life and what it should have been to start with. So yeah, I'm gonna get this going, rebuild it. But my current place where I'm at, all the stuff that I travel, I take these and I run them all over the place because I can get from destination A to B on these. And number one, I mean, God, saving a ton of gas. But the fact that this can run like 40 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour without struggling is really nice for all the roads for me to get from point A to B, because I got a lot of highways and stuff to cross. So one day I'm just going to do a complete trip, like down through North Myrtle and back home, I guess. It's about 32 miles. So I got to cross a lot of traffic and stuff that's like 45 and stuff for a strip. So the fact that I can go for, you know, 3 minutes, the quarter mile, and keep up with traffic and not get, you know, people beeping at me and trying to run me over is awesome. So anyways, but yeah, that's what inspired these. These are really fun. You know, I have the 100cc one, which is great. I mean, I take that all over the trails and stuff. That's awesome. My 4-stroke one, actually, I enjoy the most. It's probably the slowest of the three. But I can get on it, pull start it one time, every freaking time, and go from point A to B, and I know it isn't going to ever have a malfunction. It's just old reliable, but it's also a joy to ride because it's so smooth, you know. But anyways, this one here, since I balanced the crank and stuff in it, I have to tell you, I'm very pleased with these. And here's another neat little thing a lot of people don't know. This piston right here is actually slightly, with all the stuff in the YD100 is slightly lighter than the YD100 piston. It's actually lighter in weight. So when you put it on the crank that's in the YD100 bottom half, it's actually pretty damn smooth right out of the gate. So it's actually got a better balance factor with one of these on it than it did the YD100 piston, because it's just the mass change. So kind of interesting. This one in general, this case, this was like, this case I think has been through 3 builds now. Just fun stuff, Minerellis, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, and I did the whole 460 thing. I actually built 2 of them. I sold one, and actually I got another one right there. And that is a fun build all in itself, but it gets to the point where that just becomes a pain in the ass. I really don't enjoy that. Number one, it takes off so damn fast that I kept breaking keys. Or starting it, I kept breaking keys. The clutch key. All that, just constantly breaking. I had to replace 2 shafts on it just trying to get it to go originally. It breaks the keys. It's to the point it's overkill. The size of it and stuff is just overkill. It's a great conversational piece, and it's an awesome build, and it was fun to try. And it works and it's great, but as far as practicality, it's really not that practical. And on the other hand, though, this is kind of like a YD100 on steroids. It can handle the higher RPM because of the porting. It's got a better quality inside internals compared to the Phantom. I mean, the Phantom's fun if you can get it to run. And even the new one with the bearings, I mean, it's trash and pistons. So I haven't had that problem with any of these yet. And this one here, we're going to try this window design out. I'm pretty sure this will be a safe bet. But all in all, that's where I've been at with these. I get this together, get it running around again. But I'm just showing you what's up, what I got going. Here's the new window design. And I do have a reed stuffer, which a lot of people don't realize. And my main goal for these actually is taking off. I don't have to pedal on any of my builds. That's usually the main goal for me. But yeah, if you're gonna build a saw build with a reed, don't do that. That was just stupid. And honestly, that right there is fun all in itself, but it's a one and done thing. It gets old quick. But between this one, I really like this for long rides, wide open. But you know, this iron sleeve over here, this is kind of a funny build too. Now, I've had a reed valve on it from day one in a PZ20 carb in this clone pipe. Okay, day one out of the gate. So this had a rod failure, which is like 1 in a million. It's actually a manufacturing defect. So anyways, it's dirty and stuff right now, but I take this purely on trails. It's geared up higher. Well, lower range gearing. Because I take this on sand, dirt, all that good stuff. I mean, you can see there's mud and stuff all over it. It's a great, fun build. I think the top speed on it's like 36, 38 miles an hour, something like that. Wide open down a hill, you know, stiff breeze. That's not the goal of it. I really see the main reason I like the dial rate on it and stuff. I picked the dial rate just because I have them and I figured what the hell, made my own spacer. So I have it on there, but the takeoff on this thing is insane. I can start out in 3-inch deep sand and I don't even have to pedal and it'll just go. So, I mean, that's really the big take on this. So, I had the head that came with it. This was the one off the Minarelli. I had to cut this because, all these are defective right out of the package. And I said, well, let's put it on because I know it's 9.8 cc head on it. So, what I did was I've run it all this time, right? And then I took it and I ported it all out and did all the ridiculous timing and all the fun. Changed the CDI, it's the higher voltage one, all that crap, right? And did the whole thing out, cleaned it, polished it, matched everything through. It's beautiful. From that point, I got absolutely nothing different than just adding the pipe from the reed valve and the carb. None of that, all the crap done to it, did zero. I think a lot of it's just I don't know, mental defects of people. But I don't know how else to explain it. But I mean, all in all, really the factory porting and stuff on 99.9% of everything you're gonna buy is pretty much what you're gonna get no matter what. Now, I like the reeds, like I said, because it gives a lot more poof when you're taking off. And I ride this stuff on little hills and stuff, and I'm lazy and don't like to pedal, so yeah, I mean, that's why I do the reed. But this one is stuffed as well up in here and down in there. But, you know, I have the stuff to make all that, so why not, you know? But, I mean, this bike has been through pure hell. It's been everywheres. I can't even, I mean, it's been welded maybe 3 times now. Kickstands, parts, things broke. I mean, you'd never notice because, like, that's what I do, weld stuff and everything. But, all in all, I mean, this has been great. And if you left it right out of the box, just clean it up. You know, that's basically all I did originally, is clean up all the garbage in them. So they're full of crap. The ports, this one had a pressed-in sleeve, not a spun cast sleeve, which is another whole nightmare. Those break and crack. Ugh. But I used a diamond rotary bit. And you go nice and slow and you file out your ports to match the aluminum. Now they suck for aluminum, but as far as steel goes, cuts right through them, beautiful. So I just matched the porting to the aluminum jug. That's all I did originally. And then when I went through and I did them to size it, no difference. There's no speed increase, no RPM increase, and the temperatures are the same. So I don't know. And I call this old reliable here. This bike is so fun to ride. I think it has a max speed of 48 miles an hour, but there's a catch to that. You pretty much have to be on a flat surface for the next 3 miles to achieve that. It does not get up to that very quickly. The CVT takes a while to expand. It's a lot of stuff to figure out. The engine's all billet and stuff, like the flywheels, and there's a lot of upgraded stuff, so it can do 8,000. It's got the CVT. It's a different pulley on it too. I think they call that the 120 to 60. You know, so I put this on a 79cc engine. Right? The best part about this is you basically pop the choke, you pull it one time, and it starts every time. And this one is my favorite because it is so quiet. And with all the places of uppity, crabby people, this is the bomb right here. Nobody cares about it. It's nice and quiet. I don't have a little old lady with her dog having a heart attack and somebody's riding a bike by with an engine on it. So, absolute joy, that one. And as far as my dirt trail riding or on the beach, nothing beats this. A stock kit. There's nothing crazy to it, you know. I got this poor thing from a guy the other day, just fixed. And that's just a YD100 basic one. And, you know, it's got a 44 tooth on it, and I just fixed it up. And I think the max speed on it was maybe 32 miles an hour. So that's a basic kit that had a really super hard life. And we're only doing 6 miles an hour more on that. So, there you go. But, all in all, that's where I'm at with this. This is just a really fun build. Really enjoy making these. Hoping to make a quality parts kit that anybody can just drop on the top and, you know, break it in and ride it. So, working on a steel plate so you can just ultra gray it right to the top of a YD100 and go, you know. So, alright, peace.